What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support on the road to 100K by the end of the year. Let's get it. Like the music that you hear, click the links. They are in the description. Also, be looking out for the link to the travel channel that is in the description also, and also pinned in the top of the comments. We got a prologue video on there, just talking about the journey and how I got here and what I plan on doing and inspiring other guys to do the same. Alright, so this video, I think this was sent to me by a subscriber and I kind of had it on a back burner and almost forgot about it. But man, oh man, it's kind of like, it's bittersweet because it's finally good to finally see a black woman admit this, but at the same time it's bitter because it's kind of like, damn, okay, this is how y'all really think. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
As far as apologizing, I feel like not being able to apologize is a major red flag because, from my experience, when someone can't apologize to you, that means that they think they're better. And apologizing is a humbling experience. And who wants to be humbled by somebody that they think they're better? This could be in a relationship, which I find to be true. Women, a lot of times, they get in a relationship and they say, I'm never going to apologize to the men because they've been trained to think they're always right and men are always wrong in relationships. So things should be catered to them. So when they do have to apologize, it eats at them. They don't want to do it because it's too humbling. And if they think they're better than the man, why would they apologize to him? And a lot of times, when a woman does have to apologize, it's coming with revenge. She's going to want to get it back. She wants to apologize, but you know what? She's going to bring up something. She's going to find something to her where you got to apologize 5 times harder. She's going to find something. I guarantee it. She coming.
You saying that she's going to evade accountability at all costs?
She going to apologize. She may apologize. If you just got her dead and ain't nothing she could do, she going to apologize. But it's humbling and it hurt her. So you better believe she's coming for it. She apologized. She's gonna find something you did. It could be the most pettiest, stupidest stuff. You left your shirt on the ground, and I'm tired of cleaning up after you. And like, I just got home, and she gonna be on you about the dumbest stuff because she want it back. She don't like being humbled by somebody that she thinks she's better than. And I think women need to maybe take that in consideration why they're not apologizing, why they have a hard time apologizing. Is it because you think you're better than your man or you're better than your kids? I apologize to anybody. The woman I'm with now is the first woman I ever had that apologizes to me when she does something wrong. And when she does, it's confusing. So I'm like, what? Like,
I just don't. You're
sure?
Just hold on, bro.
Hold on,
I'm
Simon.
sorry, I didn't hear you.
Let me swing it over to Bree. Bree, go ahead.
Yeah, before the woman says anything, man, I want to touch on what he said because he made a lot of points. Because I've even had this issue with other male friends, so this can go across both genders. But when it comes to women in particular, this is definitely a big time issue. It's like homie said, they're gonna evade accountability at all costs, even if you got them dead to rights. And they have no choice but to admit they're wrong. They're either gonna do what he said, they're gonna hold on to that, and they're gonna want to get it back because that's how these women operate. They gotta have one up on you all the time, but they want a man that's superior to them. Make that make sense, right? That's modern women's logic for you.
Wait a minute, what the hell?
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Let's keep it moving.
Go ahead. Jump in. After you weigh in, Bree, I need you to do me a favor. Do you think that black women think that they're better than black men?
Okay. Well, as a person who just generally doesn't like apologizing, I have no shame in saying that. One is because I feel like I'm sorry's are empty. I feel like a lot of people just say I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and then they just like keep doing it, kind of like the forgiveness at the altar on Sunday. So I have a kind of a negative take on like somebody saying, say I'm sorry. So I kind of say forgive me in my language just to like explain it. And I used to be a nurse as well, and in like compassionate care, Like if somebody's going through something, I'm sorry is very like empty. You try to empathize with them and understand and serve what they need. And so for my husband, like the hardest part, the thing that makes it hard for me to apologize sometimes is a lot of times we're not having like egregious things because we're married. We've known each other for like a long, like 18 years almost now. And so like it's usually a perspective thing. Like if something I did just made him feel a way, it's like intent versus impact. Even though my intent wasn't to do something, it impacted him in a way. And so he's calling me out on it. And because I don't like that feels bad to me. Like, oh, I wasn't meaning it that. I wasn't meaning it that way. And so a lot of time I just have to humble myself to accept his perspective that that hurt me or I didn't like that. And so that's something I've learned over the years, but that doesn't mean it's easy because it almost feels like you're saying, I tried to do this wrong thing, but I always know that's not where I was coming from. So that's kind of where my struggle with it is now. Like that's why it's still hard.
All right, and the second.
I understand where she's coming from about the whole sorry feels empty. Using different wording like forgive me. I'll give her that. It's the other part where I gotta give you a little bit of pushback. Because here's my thing. Women do that all the time to men. Men can have the best intent in the world and women will react in a negative way. I literally just told a story about this several videos ago. I can't remember which one because as you guys know, I put out a lot of content. But yeah, I told a story about this recently when I had good intent and it was a female friend. It wasn't even somebody I was smashing. Not to say that we never did. We did before, but in this moment, in this situation, we was just cool. And it turned left. And it was just like, you know what? The fact that that was completely different because I think she was just, I don't know. I think she just had a couple screws loose. She really ain't have it upstairs. But
You stupid.
yeah, I kind of see where she's coming from at that, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, bro. I don't know, bro. I can kind of see that from both sides, for real. Let's keep it moving.
Second part of that question: do black women think that they're better than black men?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Bruh.
Why is that?
Yeah. I don't know. I think
Stop the cap.
currently like a lot of black women are like focused on their careers and they're climbing, they're having financial upward mobility.
I'm a PhD.
And the whole like being independent and I can do it myself thing, I think has inflated the ego, especially when you look at your counterparts and you're like, well, they're not doing it and they're not this and that. So I think if you just look at it as a whole, like I think a lot of black women feel like we've climbed to a certain point and like we don't need them. And to me that equates to being like, I'm better than you or you don't offer anything.
Get the French toast out of here.
How dare you?
But according to the stats, black men are still making more money than women. Black women. Last time I checked, the eviction rate was way higher for black women than it was for men. See how the narrative doesn't match the stats? But you know how these women think? F them stats.
We do not care.
That's how women think. My narrative and my feelings are more priority than those stats.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
That's the world we live in, man. Let's keep it moving.
Paris, you're shaking your head. What do you agree?
Yeah, I do think that that's the mentality across the board now, because when you're telling somebody you don't need them, you're essentially saying that they can't contribute anything to you, that they can't add to you. You've already fulfilled everything. And I also think that this mentality is kind of like going to be consistently embedded throughout the next couple generations, especially when you have a repeated cycle of women looking more so to the women's empowerment, and we're trying to propagate this idea that we're the only ones who feel each other, we're the only ones who have the certain type of oppression, we're the only ones who are safe with each other, which we know is not true. And then too, you have a lot of black men who are now becoming more active fathers and up in those numbers, but their mentality is that of Simons, and all you're doing is actually like teaching your daughters to push away from men.
There we go. I can appreciate that last part, because at the end of the day, like I say all the time, these women are shooting themselves in the foot. What y'all are doing is literally teaching women everything in their power to stay single, man. Single, keep other women single. Horrible advice on TikTok, teaching other women how to finesse men, as if we don't see these videos as well.
You stupid.
We do. We do reactions and comment on them all the time. I'm like, one of the reasons why y'all have to make those kind of videos is because we're catching on to the situation, so it's becoming harder and harder for y'all to finesse guys. I think men are just starting to wise up and understand their value. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading, and hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. And don't forget to check out the travel blog channel. Link is in the description and pinned in the top of the comments. Check out the prologue video, inspiring guys to go out there, man. Take a chance on yourself, man, and get that passport, man. All right. Thank you, guys. To the next video. Deuces.